Hello everyone. Thank you for coming to Mary's Little House. So happy you're here. Two of my favorite martyrs are St. Perputua and St. Felicity. Their memorial is today, their feast day is today. I remember I did a tape way back when there was the real recordings. My sister Janice gave me a little tape recorder, and I dramatized that on tape. I don't know if it's around anymore, but I just love the story of these two young women. Perputua was a nursing mother, and Felicity was an expectant mother when they were arrested as Christians. Perputua's father was a pagan, high up in this society of Roman society, in the Roman city of Carthage in northern Africa, and pleaded with her. He almost went crazy to ask, because she was her favorite. Pleaded with her not to go, not to die for Christ in the amphitheater, and he even got kicked out of the tribunal, the prefect, because he was making such a scene. He got hit with a rod to get out of there, and here he was, a dignified man. He was just going crazy. He finally took away the baby that Perputua was nursing. Perputua said that she found out that the baby was okay without her milk, that he was already weaned, and that she had no discomfort at all from that cutting off the nursing. And Felicity wanted so much to die for Christ, and she had a baby inside her, and the Roman law was that you couldn't execute a pregnant woman. So she and all the community prayed that she would deliver before the date of execution, which she did, and she entrusted her baby to the care of a loving care of others. So on the day of execution, the Romans would give a last meal. They call it the free feast. And the Romans would watch the Christians eat this feast, and they were just like eating at a wedding banquet, an agape. They were loving one another, shouting, singing, as if full of joy. The Romans, gawkers and spectators, thought were aghast at the joy that these Christians were. And when they were about to be sent out with these two women, the Roman soldiers tried to make them wear some pagan dress that they use in the temple, the false temples of gods. But Perputua just was a feisty gal and said she refused. The Roman soldiers just gave up on her, and she wore what she was wearing. They went out there, and they were holding each other, and for this show, there were many shows with different animals and different people to fit the animals to fit the people. Well, they were two young mothers, nursing moms. One was delivered and one nursing. And they got a cow. Isn't that great? Awful. A wild, mean cow. And that cow went over and gored Perputua, knocked her down and laying on the sand, bleeding. And then Felicity did the same thing to Felicity. Perputua woke up first, or came to first, and went over and held on and embraced Felicity. And Perputua said, "Felicity, when are they going to hit us? When are they going to take that beast out?" And then she looked at her dress. It was all full of blood, and she knew it had already happened. Well, they were still alive, so they went out the gate of the living. That's where all the gladiators that kill their opponent, they walk out that gate to await their ultimate. They went out the gate of the living to wait until they would be killed at the end of the show. At the end of the show, they were consigned to be killed in a place of butchery. not in sight of the spectators, but the spectators hollered that they wanted to see this happen, so they all were commanded to walk out into the middle of the arena. And they did, and Perpetua was leading the bunch, you know, limping and everything. They were all pretty hurt and bleeding and everything from their animal thing. Anyway, when the young gladiator came to Perpetua, he was so nervous. This beautiful young woman, he just, well, of course he had some humanity in him. He didn't kill Perpetua with the first stroke of his sword. So Perpetua got his sword and helped him find her throat, so she was even helping him do that awful deed. What I like about this is their heroism, their joy in dying for Christ, is Perpetua's love for her dad. Now, some would say, how heartless. Her dad was going crazy outside. He was made a fool of himself in front of the tribunal. He got kicked out of the court. He was just doing everything he can because that was her favorite girl. I think it was his only girl. He had three sons. But that was his darling. But Perpetua did love her dad, but she loved him in truth. Just like we have to love our families in truth. We can never cave into something that is wrong out of love for another. That wouldn't be true love anyway. True love is based on truth. But Perpetua loved her dad so much in a way she died for him. In her integrity, in the love she had for her dad, to trust him that he would love her even if she did something that he did not understand, he did not go along with. So not only martyrdom is for Jesus, but it is for all our families, to show them where the truth lies, where our true joy is, to show them to love them in truth. I'm so glad you were with me tonight. God bless you now. Let us go with courage like those two young women walking out in the middle of that amphitheater to witness to Jesus no matter what. Let us do it with great courage and joy and love for everyone, even those who might not see it our way. God bless you now. Let us be saints together.